All right, y'all. It's still Christmas. We still in Orlando. These videos is gonna be back to back to back. You know that way I can have content out there for y'all. And like I said, it's not entertainment. It's not for monetary gain. Just simply me showing my journey, what I go through. You know, to help y'all who may be going through the same particular things, but not have the access to it. And show you guys my journey from the bottom up. So I'm gonna make a more detailed video of my particular spiritual journey, but this is kind of where it all started. But this particular video is gonna be about my time in the Air Force. If you all didn't know, I was an Air Force cadet at Bethune-Cookman University with the Detachment 157. Tied with Embry-Riddle and Stetson University and Daytona State. It was like 4 different schools into one. But pretty much my journey there was pretty cool. My whole idea of going to the Air Force, because for all you all who didn't know, my grandfather died 2018 and he was my financial backer to be able to go to school. So it's like after he did die, I didn't have those particular same access to that monetary funding to continue school. Now my mom was able to secure some loans for me to continue to go to the school for that year, but that's another video in the making too. But all in all, it was my freshman year, my spring semester, my freshman year, and I was saying back to myself, okay, cool. I need to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get this money. All in all, my 4 years was already taken care of. I was mainly looking towards my post years, for middle school, because at that particular time, at that particular time, I was still a biology major on track to be a dental student. And if you didn't know, dental school is about 250,000 per semester, per year, however you want to do that. And somebody coming from my particular background, because I didn't have a silver spoon. I actually still like plastic spoons to this day, because hell, you don't even gotta clean them, just throw it away. But we ain't talking about that, you know what I'm saying? How the hell I'm gonna pay for that, coming from a particular background and where I came from. And I'm smart, I'm not no dumb nigga, but I wasn't the type to stress myself over no fucking books, writing essays, because I did that. I wrote a couple of essays, didn't get picked. I said, okay, cool. I know, knowing what I know now, I should have pushed more, but had I did, I wouldn't be here to make these videos now, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have the scholarship money there. So I had to think, how the hell I'm gonna pay for this Air Force thing? So then I had the idea, because my grandfather, and I'm so grateful for him because he sacrificed a lot for this family. He was actually one of the male role models I was able to look up to realize, okay, he did this for his family. How can I take what he did and do it times 10? Along with the mistakes he made along the past, how can I change that? That way I'm not running into those same mistakes. So for him, if you didn't know, he was a chief petty officer in the Navy, and he did the Navy for 30 years. He retired, and then he went out to the VA and worked there as a technician or whatever. And with that, he had income coming in. But because he had that particular income coming in, he was able to provide for his family. And I wanted to be able to garner that same access to my family, because now that he's gone, that particular energy transferred me to where now I had to step up and be the the breadwinner of the family, in a sense, But all in all, by him being in the Air Force, not in the Air Force, in the Navy, the military, I said, okay, this is a potential route that I can take. So I was able to meet with the coordinators over there at Embry-Riddle. I was gonna do the Navy ROTC, but they didn't pick me. They said they was full. A little side note before we even get to that point, the Air Force, not the Air Force, but the military and with the ROTC, the way it was there, is very much segregated. Because even though they said they didn't have space, it was somebody else, particularly from my same school or within that same region, they was able to go and get in. But the way they have it, they harness certain positions only for certain schools. So the Navy and the Marine sector was only for Embry-Riddle kids. Meanwhile, the Army and the Air Force was for Embry-Riddle, but mainly geared towards BCU and all the other, branched out schools. Now, with that being said, the reason why I said segregated, Embry-Riddle is a aeronautical school, and the majority of the school, of course, white. overprivileged kids that come from lavish backgrounds and all that kind of things. And with that being said, when you'll go to damn sprinklers on, um, when you'll go to, you know, to the meets or whatever, you will literally see it where it's like nothing but a whole bunch of white people over here, and then a whole bunch of black people over in the Army. But particularly for the Air Force, it was a little bit mixed. It was like out of a good 100, it was about 10 of us, and only about 5 of us went to Cookman as far as black people, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself. But yes, it very much was segregated, and you know, you get that kind of feel when you get in. It's like, damn, all these folks just looking at you. You know, what the hell they looking at? But you know what I'm saying? That's life. You got to be able to, you know, adapt and adjust in order to grow and elevate. You know, just because you may not like a certain group of people, you may have different viewpoints and opinions, it's still life. You're gonna run into those people, and you're gonna have to learn how to navigate and deal with those particular people. So all in all, for me, I didn't really have a bad experience with that. That's just one thing that I did notice. But going towards it, Air Force, it was pretty cool for me. You know, it was a way for me to be able to provide, you know, for my family financially. And you know, it was never about giving back to this country, because if you ask me now, I don't advise us generally, because that's what it is, us selling our souls to the government for a government in a country that's not going to do the same for you. You know, granted, you know, at that time, that was my only option, so I was pretty much had to deal with it. I was going to become the sacrifice for my family in order to see. But now, where I'm at now, I still firmly stand and believe that I'm not fighting for a country that's not going to do the same for me, you know what I'm saying? And no, out there, for clarifications, I'm not a terrorist, but it is what it is. So yeah, in that particular sense, yeah, so would I go back? No. If I have to go back, we're not going to speak that into existence. But all in all, it was nothing to be scared of. It was a pretty good, fun experience. I learned a lot. Learned leadership skills. Learned discipline. Learned how to... they don't really teach you too much until you get deep within it. And I guess it's set up that way, just, you know, after they weed the people out. But, you know, I was like... I'm fat. Or like big. Before I joined the Air Force, so I lost a lot of weight, and that what kept me, you know, pushing towards now, even post being outside of the Air Force, for me to continue to with my healthy eating journey, and with my, you know, continue to work out and all that, because I found the benefits along the way. But had I wasn't in the Air Force, you wouldn't see my fat ass running 2 miles, no goddamn well. But you know, now I'm grateful for the opportunity. But I also learned patience. That was one of my biggest strong suits and weaknesses back then. I was very impatient. Now I just am able to embrace that, you know, embrace the beauty of just waiting and being in the moment. Discipline, leadership skills, exercise. It's a lot of other stuff that I can't necessarily say. But yeah, it was pretty much fun. What I didn't like about it was, you know, waking up at the crack of goddamn dawn, 5 a.m. in the morning, jogging on the beach. Now, that sounds fun and all, until you're jogging, you're thirsty as fuck, and when you drink water, you're swallowing with sand because it's super windy when the sun is not up. So it's like all this sand is in your face, is in your mouth, but you gotta deal with it. All in all, you're still alive, you know. But I don't know, it was a very fun experience. It was different, and I was glad I was able to experience that, you know, to be able to share that experience with you all. I definitely did take a lot from it. And it was fun. Had I contracted out, I would have, you know, went to Maxwell, and I would have did the same thing that what you would do, during regular enlistment boot camp. That's pretty much what you would do during those 6 weeks in the summer when you do go off to Maxwell Air Force Base. But, you know, unfortunately for me, I was not able to contract. And if I did contract, I would have learned all those skills as a regular paid, you know, military officer would have learned. But I also would have had to commission after my 4 years. So that means If I don't graduate, we got some problems. And if I do graduate and I don't return to my post, we got some problems, you know what I'm saying? Because you, at this time, you pretty much and thus signed your life away for however long your contract is. And, you know, had I was up to the journey, I would have did what I had to do. But apparently that wasn't the journey my soul was supposed to go on during that time. And I'm grateful for all the people that is serving for this country. I do thank you. But do I think it's right? No, I don't think it's right, because I know you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day to provide for your family, but it's just the way it's marketed, the way it's advertised, because I actually had to read some memorandums, because I was also, what the hell was I? I was a cadet something. We was in rotations, and I was the leader of the cadet for that particular time. It was part of the training portion. I was able to read some memorandums. Most of the fair-skinned people, they're the reasons why they wanted to join the Air Force, to fight for the country, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of the people that was my skin tone, their general aspect of it was, trying to provide for their family, more, pretty much more sacrificial type stuff. So in that sense, my particular people only join the military, because it's at the end of the day, it's like, in school, and it's like that's when they recruit you heavy, because it's like they know you possibly ain't gonna go off to college, they know you ain't going to the NBA, nothing like that. So here pretty much sign here, you get your Camaro, and that's if you make it out to get the Camaro. But all in all, it's pretty much a big ass game for the people who sit at the top, who make it to colonel level on up, general level. Pretty much a game, and they literally just, it's like a fucking chess game, and they just pick and choose who the hell they want to go out there on the battlefield, even if they send you out on a covert mission which they know could possibly fail. But that's just how the game goes, and I'm not about to be that mortar to a government that's not do the same for me. All in all, peace and love and best wishes, safe and protection to all my people that's out there. Even my own brother, he's out there, in the military serving right now, and I'm grateful for his service. I wish nothing but, a safe visit home back for him. But, yeah, that was my journey. All in all, if you asking now, why did I leave Air Force? I actually didn't pass one of the fitness tests, and I failed one of the classes. Like, I made one of the assignment late, and it wasn't a super duper hard assignment. It was literally something easy, and I was I'm not even gonna make any excuses. Long story short, I didn't get it done, and in life you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. But all in all, I'm grateful for that opportunity, because had I did contract, I wouldn't be here to say this message, and there'll be a totally different journey for me right about now. But all in all, that was my experiences in the Air Force. I love it. It's pretty fun. Learned a lot of valuable things. It has its up and down. You're technically not supposed to smoke there, but I had to do what I had to do, because I had a lot of stuff I was dealing with. Because I also did task squad for BCU band, which is like kind of like the band helper. SGA, I had SGA work, and along with other orgs, balancing out a regular student life and my academic work. So, what I'm saying? I had to have some type of, stress reliever there. But all in all, it was pretty fun. If I could, I would go back and do it again, but only for the right reasons, for the right purpose. That's all I have for this video. Peace and love. Stay safe. God damn it.